welcome everyone. Thanks. There we go. Welcome everyone. Thanks for your patience while we worked out our technical problems. This is the regular planning commission meeting for Tuesday, October 28th, 2025. Online, we have Commissioner Nelson Leon, James Harris, and Wilson Feasing. And I am Wayne Dealer here in the third floor conference room. I am the chairman. Do I hear a motion to accept the agenda as distributed?
So move.
To accept.
That's what it is.
Okay. Okay, Nelson, do I hear a second?
I'll second.
Okay, thank you, James. Okay, question on the motion? All those in favor, please say aye.
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 Okay. Very good. And then to there were some plan reaffirmations that were inadvertently left out of the agenda. So we will amend the agenda for items 8B and 8C, covering the two plans for the Mitsubishi Chemical Advanced Material, lot A, B, and G, and also lot D. Do I hear a motion to amend the agenda?
I'll make a motion.
Okay, thank you, James. Second?
Second.
Okay, thank you, Nelson. Question on the motion? All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Okay. Opposed? Okay, we have an agenda. Very good. You're here for the Spring Street? No, Butler Street. Okay, Butler. Very good. Okay, just wanted to make sure no one's here for public comment. So Spring Street. Spring Street. Excellent. Good. Then we have everybody covered. Thank you very much, too. Okay, then first on the agenda, we take a look at the Albright College Exeter Hall final inspection and escrow release. And I'll turn it over to Jerome for the drilling update.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. The Albright College Exeter Hall land development plan has been in the process for quite a while. We are now under the maintenance agreement portion of the project. We did conduct two final inspections that were done on October 9th, as well as October 17th, in order to verify that the remaining issues that we identified have been resolved. There are still 10 trees that have dead wood and or under duress. The Albright College does have a guarantee with their landscaper, and that extends through May of 2026. The city arborist has determined that these trees may or may not make it, and said that and indicated that it's best that we see what happens by the spring. This 7-month period would extend beyond that or into May. So we're covered on the trees. If they need to be replaced, the Albright College does have that guarantee. The bare spots that have been on portions of the property have been resolved. We had requested that Albright College do not mow those until next spring. The applicant has taken care of all the other matters that were previously addressed, which include traffic control signs, solid waste disposal facilities, and some other. Oh, and the modification from a driveway ramp to a curb section, which all have been now completed. So therefore, we are making a recommendation to close the maintenance period and release all remaining funds to Albright College that are held.
But do they have any outstanding?
Yes. It's a successful project. Good.
Does the commissioners have any questions on this project? Okay. Do I hear a motion to approve the final inspections and escrow release number 5 for the Albright College Exeter Hall Land Development Plan, subject to the payment of any outstanding invoices and as per the terms detailed in the review letter issued by Hawk Valley Associates dated October 22nd, 2025.
I'll make a motion.
second,
Okay, thank you, James. Okay, thank you, Nelson. Question on the motion? All those in favor, please say aye.
aye,
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, Albright has their money back. Thanks.
Good
Second-
evening. Pardon me, sir. I apologize for interrupting. My name is Jeffrey Goldstein. I'm the owner of the project. I just had a quick question, and Jerome, thank you, and everyone, thank you very much. I know we had sent the final invoice in today. We secured the maintenance bond with a letter of credit, not through a cash allowance held in escrow. With whom would you suggest I get in touch to get something notified from your counsel that I can present to our lender documenting that, which I believe was the process we needed once we got the approvals this evening? What do you recommend as the process for that, sir?
This is Attorney Mayfield, the solicitor to the planning commission.
Oh, ma'am, thank you.
Send me an email. I should be copied on the email that Jerome sent with the review letter, or I can give you my email address if needed. I will work on getting a letter. Preparing a letter. I'm not sure where I am outside counsel, so I'm not where in City Hall the letter is being held, but we will try to track that down. I'm sorry, the letter of credit is being held. But I will draft a letter getting that release done. It just may take a while to get all the information completed.
Absolutely, and I completely understand why, and I will get that started with our counsel and our lenders counsel. I think they may actually be holding it on your behalf. So I will facilitate an email tomorrow, but I want to thank you very much again. I appreciate everybody's assistance with this.
Okay, well, thank you very much, Mr. Goldstein. We appreciate all your hard work on this project.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, up next, we have the escrow reduction for the Reading School District High School STEM Academy. And I'll turn it over to Jerome for that.
This review was issued on October 25th, 2025. This is in regards to the Reading School District, the STEM Academy, which a land development plan was approved, and site improvements have been completed or are in the process of still being completed. This is a 2.424 acre site located at 801 North 9th Street. The project originally started or was initiated with a $2.1 million escrow for the site improvements. In May of 2025, we reduced that value down to $1,311,000, which represented 62% of the total construction costs at that time. The applicant has requested further reduction of $394,100 for construction cost improvements. And we have conducted site inspections on October 9th and October 17th. Whereas we have determined that 80% of the concrete work, which is the exterior portion of the concrete work, which involves the curbs, sidewalks, and ramps, have been completed to the satisfaction of my office as well as Public Works. It was determined that 80% of was completed, and that 20% is questionable. We are going to have a follow-up inspection with a contractor on October 30th. I don't think that that's going to happen, based upon the weather forecast. But we will make that announcement tomorrow. We feel that there's 120 linear feet of exterior curbing that needs to be looked at further. There are some uneven areas of the sidewalk and also the passable conditions that we need to include to provide access around Wash Street, and I think the other one's Douglas Street. So upon the site inspection on October 30th, we would be prepared to make an adjustment to that value where we might be able to bring it up. There's also some caulking issues with the sidewalk as well. There are remaining site improvements that will still remain for this project. Within our letter, we've also brought up that more of an historic value of the property or the project. We still need to have a land development plan recorded. It probably does not make sense for us to have a municipal improvements agreement at this juncture because we're probably close to 80% of the work being completed, and we anticipate that maybe most of that work will be completed by the end of the year. We will need to go into maintenance for this project, and also we'll need a stormwater management maintenance agreement. The funds that are reserved for contingencies, we really should not touch that until we go into the maintenance period. That money is reserved for specifically in case there is a problem with the improvements, and we will know better when we get to the maintenance period. The funds that are designated for administration and inspection costs, those can be further reduced to reflect the amounts that have been paid by the Reading School District. So I do not have access to those numbers yet, but if those values can be added to the improvements. So that's where we stand. Right now, we're prepared to make a recommendation that $315,280 can be reduced from the value that's currently in place. And as part of that recommendation, that number may be reduced further after our site inspection that we have this week or maybe postponed.
Mr. Chairman, my only comment would be, we already have an improvements agreement drafted that provides the parameters for maintenance bond. So rather than reinvent the wheel, and we can have the conversation, but rather than reinvent the wheel with creating a maintenance bond, trying to get the improvements agreement signed that provides for that, we can reduce it to whatever amount we need to. But just rather than try to have the expense of doing a maintenance agreement reviewed, and just get the improvements agreement signed. That has the language.
So that would the dollar figure be reflective of what is currently being held
Yes,
or would be held after this reduction?
yes, so we can revise it one more time and try to get it signed.
It's just a couple.
Yeah.
Just want to, the plans themselves have been recorded. So it's just the agreements.
Emily, is that true?
What was the question? I didn't hear any.
Has the plans for the Reading School District STEM school, do you know if they have been recorded?
They have not. I can double check, but last I checked, they weren't.
Let's check
They
that.
were, but I'll follow up with that.
Okay.
So once we get through this next inspection, be it this week or next week, just give me the final numbers. the agreements.
Okay, and then also the values that have been paid in terms of inspection costs and administrative fees. Those should also be reduced, and those would be the city should have those values in place on what has been paid to date.
Are you referring to the building inspection or the site improvement inspection?
Not the building inspections, the site improvements. Yeah, the building improvements would be under its own permit. But I think you have $9,000 that has been paid or is about to be paid. And that value,
Yes, we received that information, that will be paid.
so that number, then once that's paid, that can come off the values.
I'm gonna correct myself. I just checked. It was recorded July 22nd. Does that sound right? Aristides?
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
Thank you. But not the improvements.
Correct. So on our review letter here, number 8, do we still need the reaffirmation?
No, we won't need that.
Good, okay. Just making sure. So then, what we would need is a motion for me to execute the municipal improvements agreement and the stormwater management agreement.
If that may have already been made, but yeah, just about suspenders and to reduce the escrow per the recommendation.
Okay.
The question I have, Mr. Chairman, while you're running that up is,
Yeah.
why did
Go
we,
ahead.
thank you, why did we not require a municipal service agreement earlier, or did we? I can't remember.
It was always on the list as far as a recommendation, but never was completed.
Okay,
The drafts were completed and circulated, they just have not executed and rendered it.
Yeah, so,
This was a very high value, so financing it could be a little tricky.
okay, thank you.
okay. Any other questions on this escrow release? Yeah. Do I hear a motion to grant the second escrow reduction for the Reading School District High School STEM Academy as per the terms detailed in the review letter issued by Hawk Valley Associates dated October 25th, 2025.
I'll move it.
Okay, thank you, Will. Second?
I'll second.
Okay, thank you, James. Okay. Question on the motion? All those in favor, please say aye.
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 Aye. Okay, opposed? Okay, then just to make sure we're covered, do I hear a motion to, where is it? Oh, do I hear a motion to allow the chairman of the planning commission to execute the municipal improvements agreement and stormwater management agreement?
So move.
Okay, thank you, Nelson. Second,
Second.
Will?
No, that was Commissioner Harris.
Oh, that was James. Okay, very good.
Yeah,
Thank
that
you.
was me. If you know who me is. I
Great.
guess.
Okay, question on the motion? All those in favor, please say aye.
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 Aye. Okay, opposed? Okay, very good. And the team will get those numbers ready for you, Wayne, according to, you know, how it's worded in the letter, and then that way I think that'll give the school district a little bit of extra maneuvering especially with all the problems with the state and the federal government holding up money for our school districts. So hopefully this will provide a little bit of wiggle room.
Thank you.
Okay. Next up, we have the withdrawal of application for the Reading Area Community College Student Union Building. Is there anyone here from the community college? Okay.
Yeah, Mr. Barr received an email that was forwarded back in about a week ago, October 22nd, from RAC advising that they were not gonna go forward with the plan. Suggesting but never said will not be withdrawn, so I communicated with their attorney, Attorney London, today, and she forwarded an email. This message shall be consideration of the withdrawal plan. So there's no action required by the planning commission, it's just notification that this time I went forward with the plan.
So we don't need a motion.
Okay.
We need to acknowledge anything.
It's, this has been, this is on the record, we've heard the file, they're withdrawing the plan.
And then also, just for the record, they do have an outstanding balance, and I believe Liz has already contacted them for payment.
Simon, did you have something?
Yeah, that's the something I wanted to say. There's some balance.
Okay, very good. I do have the email here from Dr. Susan Looney, the president of the Reading Area Community College, and I just wanted to highlight that she says, "I would like to take this opportunity to commend Mayor Moran and his administration for their continued partnership and efforts to find a solution that balances the city's regulatory responsibilities with the college's goals. We will revisit the student union building project in the future with alternative design options." And I just wanted to acknowledge that Dr. Looney and the community colleges understands the situation, and just wanted to thank everyone who worked on this, which was a huge team. So, okay.
Let's make that part of the minutes, Mr. Chairman, the letter.
Okay, yeah, I will submit it to Jesse and have him take care of that.
Good, and yeah, we appreciate that that RAC is interested in revisiting that project. We would hope the city and the school will find a solution, but it's a good concept. We just have to figure out with the floodwaters, the right way to do it. So we thank them.
Very good. Okay. Anything else on community college? Okay. Next up, we have the land development plan for the PSO Luzerne Street project, 1400 to 1422 Luzerne Street. And I'll hand it over to Jerome for the update.
Okay. This plan is a revised preliminary plan application. It has been submitted with quite a bit of information. We also had site meetings to discuss a variety of issues. The plan is now been prepared to make adjustments, and the revisions would include that there are 7 attached dwelling units or townhouse units. It still involves the annexation of 5 parcels of land that will be divided into the 7 parcels for this project. The plan itself does provide accessibility to the rear of the property, which is an existing 15-foot wide alley that does provide connection to Lackawanna Street. This project will extend that alley to have access with Luzerne Street. As part of our site meeting, We discussed, the ownership and, also maintenance criteria that would be required. This, portion of the project or the, let's go with the south part of the property, along the Warren Street bypass, is almost like a no man's land. When the Warren Street bypass was completed, by PennDOT, it was, turned over to the city of Reading, as a result of, it was basically leftover land that was not, necessary for that project. So therefore, the applicant is going to have to coordinate efforts with the city of Reading on doing either acquiring that portion of land or doing the improvements on that portion of the land. So that's the key issue that's going to be required, and that can be accomplished in the final plan sequence. The applicant will have a homeowners association that will more so function to own to manage the maintenance issues that would be associated with the 15-foot wide alley, as well as the stormwater management individual improvements that are contained within each lot. The fire and rescue department needs to look at the revised plan. We now have the alley being 16 feet in width, so it's been widened up in order to promote two-way travel, and there is a pull-off for in the event that there is a problem at the turn, so that there is areas so that cars can pass at all at given areas. A stormwater management plan was prepared, and we're down to a few remaining comments with regarding the stormwater management issues for this project. An erosion and sedimentation control plan has been submitted. Berks County Conservation District shall review and issue the letter of adequacy prior to municipal improvement. And then finally, when we get to the final plan, we'll be required to have a municipal improvements agreement, a stormwater management maintenance agreement. And that concludes the review. If everything is in order with the planning commission members, we could consider preliminary plan approval. The big issue that is left is coordinating the site accessibility issue with the alley with the city of Reading. We do not, it appears that they do not have to go to PennDOT, which is something that is helpful.
Deb, do you know if they submitted for their modules?
They have started the communication process. We've not seen a formal planning module come through yet.
But they did make a submission.
They've done the inquiry already, and I believe they've sent a module mailer, which tells them then what they need to do to complete the module.
Oh.
But we've not seen the full module come in yet.
Okay. When we do preliminary plans, we pretty much say you gotta at least do that submission
Yes,
because of how long that process takes. So
yes, I appreciate that.
so since that is taken care of, yes, we can consider the preliminary plan approval. Is there anyone here for this project?
Yeah, Tom Ludgate's here. Hope you guys can hear me.
Hey, Tom. Yeah, did you hear everything I said?
Yeah, I agree with, Jerome's highlights there. And I know the planning module's been in process. The owner's trying to do a lot himself, and he keeps on asking me for this and that. So Deb, I expect he'll drop that off to the city any day now. I just gave him more information a couple of days ago. Matter of fact, the same information I gave him about a month ago. So hopefully he drops that off. I have it ready to go. He wants to be involved, so I'm letting him do it, but I could always send it to you directly.
Is it one-way traffic now? Yeah, or just change direction of traffic?
In the alley?
Yeah, this is an alley, so we don't have to address that.
Yeah. But the question, we wanted at least 16 feet width to allow the two-way traffic.
And that's going to remain private.
Yes.
Is it, we'll want to make sure we see some type of maintenance agreement.
So-
As part of the HOA, HOA is part of the final plan. Okay, great.
Okay, any other questions on this plan? Okay, do I hear a motion to grant revised preliminary plan approval for the PSO Luzerne Street subdivision and land development plan, Salvo number 2506-0010, subject to the applicant resolving all issues referenced within the review letter issued by Hawk Valley Associates dated October 23rd, 2025.
So move.
Okay, thank you, Nelson.
I'll second. I'll second.
Thank you, James. Okay, James. Okay, question on the motion? All those in favor, please say aye. Aye,
Aye.
opposed? Okay, very good.
All right.
Well, thanks for joining us today, Tom, and hopefully this will, helps you out moving forward.
Thank you very much.
All right, next up, we have the Albright Court project at 1420 and 1430 North 13th Street, and I'll turn it over. This is now a preliminary plan, is that correct?
It's a revised preliminary slash final plan application. Unless I have that wrong, Emily, what do you have as the application?
Still fine.
I believe it's a
I'm sorry, line one.
combination. So it's a
Okay,
revision
yes.
combination, yeah.
Okay. Okay, great. So, yeah, this is a preliminary slash final plan application. This involves the Albright Court, which is going to be annexed, the two parcels. And then the land development plan is required in order to comply with the zoning hearing board's decision. The number of parking spaces has been assigned to include spaces, 21 spaces for 38 residential apartment units. That was as part of the order by the zoning hearing board. We had asked that the full decision be placed on the plan itself, so that would have to be adjusted. The applicant has prepared a lighting plan, which does appear to have some light spillage over onto the property to the south. That would just need to be downward directed, so we do not have any light spillage on that property. That should be an easy thing.
I think we already did that as well. While what was originally submitted for the lighting plan does meet the ordinance, we certainly agree that there was a little hot on the southern perimeter. So I believe with the combination of lowering mounting height and adjusting the angle of the lamps, you should have what was adjusted already. We sent that late yesterday. But yes, fully understand that was addressed.
A landscaping plan also has been submitted, and the arborist has or is under the process of reviewing that revision. The plan will now include a 4-foot high fence that will provide a separation or barrier between the parking area and the southern property. We have been in communication with the applicant and applicant's consultant with regards to what that actually would look like. And they had provided some information today with respects to the type of fence. Looks like it's a maintenance-free fence, and it'd be 4 feet in height. And we had asked that that we include that detail of some sort on the plan. And it appears, and I don't know how the zoning office has handled this in the past, but they would be the ones that would be issuing the permit for the fence. And it would appear that the adjacent landowner would have to be in agreement with it, since it's right on the property line.
Correct, and I know Mr. Speck and his group did reach out to the adjoining property owner to inform them of our intent. And I don't know if you've heard back from them at this point, but
We spoke directly with Ms. Camacho Monte,
okay,
yesterday, and then, she provided her email to us. We provided an email to her with all the documentation regarding the plan, copy of the photo of the fence style, as well as, the photos that I believe were resent to you all this afternoon, showing the hedges as they currently are at the property, which ones will be removed in replacement with the fence. And then we have confirmation that that email was delivered and acknowledgement in our email to you all that we know that an agreement needs to be executed with that neighborhood.
And in this same area, the shrubs will be removed. Although it's not exactly a full buffer area, it is partial. And the fence itself would be replacing what that hedgerow did do in terms of providing a visual barrier.
it'll be significantly
Cleaner.
better.
Yeah, the hedges are,
They're
Body.
lighting shrubs.
if anything, yeah,
They're not blocking much.
yeah.
They did submit as per our discussion, the applicant did make modifications to site accessibility, parking, and loading, in which we just have a few remaining comments. They did provide the site triangle, and we would just need to coordinate with the Public Works Department in terms of if there are no parking signs that need to be installed. I think we're okay.
I think there's a painted curb, part of the curb along North 13th Street, which was determined to be in poor condition that we're proposing to remove and replace. The southernmost parking stall before we get to the access drive for this particular project was painted curb blue with an ADA sign. If you look at the plans, that sign is outside of the clear sight triangle. So unless there's something that popped up that isn't on our survey base, I think we're clear with all the signs and light posts.
We did have a site inspection on September 26th, and we identified a few things that will need to be addressed as part of the municipal improvements agreement. The curbing along North 13th Street was recommended to be replaced. And then there was also some other areas along Amity Street which were flagged. The existing sidewalks and ramps for the project appear to be acceptable, and they're in fair conditions, and we'll have to make an assessment after construction's completed. Correct. The proposed sanitary sewer service will be provided for this building, or will continue to be provided for this building. If required, and Deb is here, the planning modules would need to be completed. I know there was some back and forth regarding wastewater flows.
Correct.
Risky and I have had conversations following the owners as well, and the calculations have been done, because there's not, the DEP guidance does not really speak well to the use that there is currently. So we looked at it in, what, 3 different ways, I wanna say,
3 or 4.
and kind of said, okay, we've tried to compare as closely as we can, using a variety of ways, and we come up with there's no further planning required.
That was the biggest question at last month's meeting, if we needed to do that submission.
Correct.
So, yeah.
They were, and I'll say the team was very quick to do the analysis and look at all the information, which is really nice to have that cooperation. Thanks.
Thank you. One thing I did miss with the stormwater review, as part of our site review, we did identify that there's some condition along the alley.
Yep.
That's gonna be filled in. Our question is, how does that relate then to the accessibility at the alley going into the building?
So when we were out on the site, and if you're looking at the plan, it's what's identified in that tan color on the left side, just right of the word alley. Right now, there are 2 doors that are probably 6 inches a step down. to the actual pad in front of each door with a small drain in each, which probably doesn't drain anymore. In addition, at each corner of where it bumps in, there are downspouts that go below grade. The concern that was raised and discussed in the field was that some, perhaps all four of those storm connections may have still been tied into the sanitary sewer. The building renovations associated along that area remove those doors and place windows in that point. So that is being proposed, that whole tan area is being proposed to be removed and then paved, sloped away from the building. So the small drains at the doors are gone. And our recommendation, and it's on the plans, is to cut those downspouts and have them splash to grade.
So that access to the, I would say, the lowest floor elevation would then be achieved along from Amity.
So the entrance to those units that will be on the lower level of the building, if you go to the building plans, that the actual entrance to the building for those units is the front of the property that you see on the plan there where the ramp is.
Okay.
But there are multiple emergency egresses that will work for those units that are in the lower level. There are two going to Amity and then there's one going to the parking lot. And so the two entrances going to the rear alley are no longer necessary from an egress standpoint. The windows will also be an egress, but in
That's
terms
fine.
of like doorways, there won't be one going to the alley.
If there was a door along the alley side of the property, that probably could have been a problem for code compliance.
Yeah,
That's-
we've eliminated those doors.
Other remaining comments is the applicant did submit an annexation plan as well as a draft deed description. So we would incorporate the annexation plan into the plan set and record all the documents at the same time.
Yeah, it's listed on our sheet as
Okay.
part of the set.
There will be a municipal improvements agreement required for the project as well as a stormwater management maintenance agreement. That concludes our review.
Jerome, may I ask a question of the applicant? You're saying you think the storm connects to the sanitary?
It was brought up during our site visit.
It was posited because when we were walking down the alley and noticed those two small drains in front of the doors, as well as the two downspouts that are in that little nook, trying to determine where those might connect and not seeing anything nearby that those could connect to. The thought was perhaps they were old enough that they still tied into sewer,
The city never allowed connections between from the storm into the sanitary.
and nobody would ever do that.
No, they were not. No, my concern is actually if we have to go to grade, that we've got conditions potentially of icing, if we're not going into an area that's vegetated, that we could end up with icing conditions if something, depending on the weather. Or if we do try to have underground connections wherever we can direct to the storm system.
We had originally on our original plan left those in place. And we're going to camera all of that to figure out where they went. When it was brought up at the site visit, we volunteered to make that, I don't know, Emily, can you go back to the plan real quick? We had volunteered to make that beige part that was adjacent to the word alley a permeable space with pavers and have those drains drain out into that space with any excess rolling off to the grade of the alleyway.
We try to keep everything underground if we can.
We're happy to leave them in place and camera where it goes. We weren't short from the site.
That would be great if we could try that first.
Yeah, you can do that. Well, I mean, we're still, the plan, the reality is that the concrete that's in that little adjacent cutaway in the back is all messed up anyway, so we have to modify it.
You gotta do something anyway.
We have to do something no matter what, but in terms of the rain drains, if it's okay with you all, we're happy to leave them in place for the time being.
So they were gonna fill it and then have everything slope away into the alley.
Yeah.
So we don't wanna have an icing condition introduced into the alley.
Okay.
The alley ownerships from the city are
We can,
a little funky.
we're easygoing as it relates to that. We're still, no matter what, that's gonna end up being a permeable space in some way, shape or form, but we have to redo that concrete destroyed. So no matter what happens, that's gonna end up getting done, but in terms of the downspouts,
Yes.
we're happy to leave them in place, if that's okay with you, and we can use that as a conditional approval for the review when you all come back to take a look at the site. Yeah, it's an easy adjustment if we have to adjust it.
Thank you, I appreciate that.
So that concludes the comments we have for the review. We would recommend that the planning commission can entertain preliminary / final plans subject to these conditions.
Any questions or comments from the commissioners?
Yeah, Mr. Chairman, this is Will. Just quickly, yeah, I had the same concern as Public Works about the ice. So I think that all makes sense, the plan that the applicant is proposing, because even though it's not a door anymore, a window is an egress under the building code for purposes of fire safety. And so that makes sense. I just wanted to comment, I noticed that the city's light pole is being moved south, which makes sense. It's too close to the driveway. And I think that's smart. Is that covered under the municipal services plan agreement?
It will be, yes.
Very good. Yeah, that makes sense to allow more turning radius and all that.
Yeah, one thing I also missed, Will, was in terms of site accessibility, the 6 parking spaces that are going to be alley accessible. We had recommended that those spaces be designated for vehicles that are 16 feet or less. We'll let that up to the applicant to provide whatever signs are necessary or to reserve those spaces for certain units that meet those qualifications. So that a truck can't park.
Not at all a problem.
Very well.
We agree to that.
Anyone else? Okay, hearing no other comments, do I hear a motion to grant the revised preliminary / final plan approval for the Albright Court annexation and land development plan, subject to the applicant resolving all issues referenced within the review letter issued by Hawk Valley Associates dated October 24th, 2025.
I'll move it.
Okay, thank you, Will.
I'll second.
Okay, thank you, James. Okay, question on the motion? All those in favor, please say aye.
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 Oppose? Okay. Thank you again for joining us and for taking care of that major question about the modules, the planning modules.
Absolutely, yeah.
That was fun.
It was a good exercise for everyone.
It was. So Jerome, I'll touch down with you with regards to what we had sent you guys yesterday to make sure we're covered. We'll touch down on the agreements. Do we have, can you resend those templates? I just need to save them. Instead of saving them in an email, but we can get working on that language.
Yeah, no, we would love to. We're ready to file our building permit, but we appreciate you all. Thank you.
Thank you.
I need to see. All right, next up, we have, here, that was Albright Court. Next up, we have the Reading Parking Authority's lot at 905 Green Street. I'll turn it over to Jerome.
This review was completed on October 27th, 2025. This is the final plan application for the Reading Parking Authority parking facility located at 905 Green Street. It also serves as an annexation as well as a land development plan. The facility itself is located along Green Street as well as North 9th Street. The plan itself has been slightly modified from the preliminary plan application. It now has Total of. I'll come back to that as soon as I find the papers. 34 spaces. There's 34 off-street parking spaces that are designated for this project. We did have a few comments regarding site accessibility, parking and loading, and those were mostly respects to the off-street parking.
We can't hear anything coming from the third floor conference room.
Yeah, it went silent.
Yeah, we can hear each other as usual.
It's been happening more often lately.
Welcome to planning, Emily.
Thank you. It looks like they had to log off to log back in.
Yes.
Yep. You're all good.
Yes, I'm here tonight.
Yes, he is there.
Emily, can you hear us?
Yes.
Okay, great. Sorry, we blacked out for a moment there.
I think we left off, the last we heard, Jerome was talking about the number of parking spaces. And yes, the plan shows 34. And there is a comment in here that Jerome made a very good point about accessibility around the site. And the Reading Parking Authority authorized me this afternoon to agree to remove those 2 parking spaces as Jerome suggested. So there will be only 32 parking spaces in order to complete that loop that to get circulation.
Thanks, Chris. Yeah, that was a comment that was provided for consideration. So we were at the bottom, Chris. The landscaping plan will need to be reviewed by the city arborist. He had some questions that he will take a look at the revision that will be made prior to endorsement. But he just wanted to see, I think, the types of varieties of the certain shrubs that were identified.
And as usual, we agree with whatever he puts on. So yeah.
Okay. So the other remaining comments would involve that a municipal improvements agreement would be required for this project, and a stormwater management maintenance agreement would be required for this project. So all said, it appears that everything has been in order or can be accomplished to meet the criteria of the requirements that are specified within this letter, and we would make
Excuse me, I don't believe the HOP is in place.
Oh, yeah, that's
The HOP is not in place, that is an issue that is outstanding this time. PennDOT provided comments yesterday?
Yes.
Sorry, I'm
Yeah.
trying to remember what day.
Yeah, PennDOT just gave our comments yesterday, and They said that we no longer need a curb permit, but we do need the stormwater access permit. And Tim Kroll joined in that conversation, acknowledging to PennDOT that we can submit our stormwater calculations to them. So it's just a formality now to get that calculation to PennDOT for that access. They asked that the pipe be upsized to 18 inch, and it's too big at 18 inch, but we'll put it to 18 inches just to meet PennDOT. So there's nothing else in the PennDOT letter that we can't accomplish.
Oh, yeah, I
I
apologize.
think that I believe has to be in place before it can be it's in a condition of approval without it being in place.
They have to submit everything to PennDOT. As long as we know that it's been submitted to PennDOT, then we can grant approval subject to PennDOT. And in time, well, there are lots of times that PennDOT takes a little bit longer than anticipated.
Yes.
And therefore, we need then just to do a reapplication. But yeah, we feel that this plan can move forward in terms of approval. And yeah, thank you for bringing that up. I almost left that off, but that's in this review letter. And so the biggest issues would be the closure of parking spaces along Green Street and then the PennDOT HO. Very good.
And the applicant, the owner does agree to these conditions.
And yeah, as long as the submission was done and it's in process, we just make that a condition, so you don't have to be coming back all the time.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
All right. Anyone have any questions on this project?
Chris, do you have our standard agreements or do I need to send this to you?
Could you send them to me, Michelle? I appreciate it.
Yes, I will do that.
And then I'll get the cost estimate together and get that all coordinated.
And Chris, can you forward me that letter from PennDOT just so that we have a copy of that with their comments?
Certainly, I'll do that. Thank you. I'll do that.
Okay, thank you.
Very good. If there are no other comments, do I hear a motion to grant final plan approval for the Reading Parking Authority 905 Green Street annexation and land development plan, subject saldo 2510-0022, subject to the applicant resolving all issues referenced within the review letter issued by Hawk Valley Associates dated October 27th, 2025.
So move.
Okay, Nelson, second.
Oh, second.
Okay, thanks, Will. I was just about to say, I think everybody fell asleep. Question on the motion? All those in favor, please say aye. Aye.
Aye.
Aye.
Okay, opposed? Very good.
Mr. Chairman,
Yes.
I hate to ask this, but did we lose Commissioner Harris on the?
I'm here.
Oh, there you, I didn't see you in there when we blacked out, so we still have our quorum. Okay.
Yeah, that was good. That was a good question, Will.
I'm here.
We did have a little blackout.
Very good. Well, thank you very much and have a good evening, everyone.
Take care, Chris.
Okay, thank you. Okay, and then do I hear a motion to authorize the chairman of the planning commission to execute the municipal improvements agreement and the stormwater management maintenance agreement?
So move.
Okay,
I'll
thank you,
second.
Nelson. Second?
I'll second.
Okay, thank you, James. Okay, question on the motion? All those in favor, please say aye. Aye,
Aye.
opposed? Okay, very good. Very good. Thanks again, Chris, for joining us.
Thank you. And we're, just to let you know, we already submitted our next parking lot, so we'll be on your agenda for next month. for 213.
Oh, great.
All right, very good. Have a good evening.
Okay, thank you. That's where plots are moving ahead, aren't they? Okay. All right, next up, we have a conditional use application for 1113 Spring Street. Conversion of a 2-unit building into a 3-unit. And I guess Emily has this one.
So this one's pretty straightforward. They are going to be building an addition to create a 3rd unit. The 3rd unit will be in compliance with the minimum habitable area. It's a 2-bedroom apartment with square footage of approximately 717 square feet. The minimum is 700. They already do have parking alongside the building. Here's the aerial of it. This is the building right here. This is where the addition is going to be. This plan is, they're good with the parking. The apartments are good, and they actually are increasing pervious area to make it more conforming. It is currently non-conforming. Let me see, 1 second. It is currently non-conforming at 97%, and they will be reducing that down to 93%. And with the addition, they are still in compliance with building coverage. Maximum is 60%. Currently it's 28%, and with the addition will be 52%. And with that, we would recommend that the Planning Commission provide a favorable recommendation to the City Council for the conversion of the subject property from a 2-unit to a 3-unit. And that's all I have.
You have any questions, sir? No questions. Yeah, okay.
Have you consulted with building or fire?
We haven't got that far yet. We just wrote conditional.
Okay, just. You may have to sprinkler, so you may want to have that.
Units?
Yes.
Okay.
So
I'll
just
figure
have
it
that
out.
conversation sooner.
Yeah, and that, I think the minimum connection charge for that is 5,000. Yeah. So, yeah, we just try to point that out because a lot of people get really surprised when they're like, wow, I was gonna send me a bill for $5,000. So,
Oh, I did have one question. Your application said something about Prawa. And I thought it was next to Fred, but maybe it was next to you. It's a simple correction, Yeah, number 21 says list the name of the trash collector services property. You have Prawa. So
really wider.
they don't provide trash service though.
They do the billing.
They do the billing.
Oh, they do the billing, okay.
They do the billing.
I did not
So
know where this, I apologize, I did not know they did.
Are you
the
on
billing.
this, you're under the city contract for the solid waste disposal then?
Not sure. I just know they get billed by them.
Okay, that's my apologies, it was just unusual to see water authority next to trash, so.
Yeah. Yeah,
Okay, I apologize.
I think that was one of the provisions that came out of Act 47. That the city had to have Rawa do the trash bill. One of those weird things when you
When you look at the application, you're like, what? Oh, okay.
Does any of the commissioners have a question about this project? Okay, very none. Do I hear a motion to recommend the city council to approve the conditional use application for 1113 Spring Street, conditional use number 2509-0004 to convert a 2-unit building into a 3-unit building?
I'll make a motion.
James,
Yes.
second?
Second.
Okay, thank you, Nelson. A question on the motion? All those in favor, please say aye.
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 Opposed? Yeah, very good. Michelle might have to correct me, but I think the next step is to schedule with Lydia.
I think it is scheduled, but I saw somewhere.
For the 13th. Okay, great.
I do remember something. Emily, do you know what date is scheduled for?
Within the next couple weeks in November.
Yeah, I want
The
to.
13th.
Except
November
they're
13th.
having it outside. Okay, they're having it outside of regular meeting dates.
Yes.
Yes, it is the 13th. Okay. Mr. Chair, do you know what resolution number it might be at? If not, you can get it to me.
I can get it to you tomorrow morning.
I don't know that ambitious, but thank you.
Yeah, it's all what I see. The green ones are resolution numbers. I don't know what the last, last number was 75, so yeah. The first one today is 76.
We can figure it out.
So yeah, we'll figure it out tomorrow morning.
Okay.
I'll get it over to you.
Okay.
All right, and then Ms. Mayfield will draw up all the recommendation or whatever she has to send to city council. All right. And then you should be ready for them. All right, sounds good. Okay, thank you for dropping by. Yes, have a good evening. So
Mr. Chairman, this is Will.
yeah, go ahead.
This project, it's not exactly the same, but it reminds me. I know our crack staff, our planning consultant and the zoning and planning staff have been working on various ordinance amendments to keep up with the times. And this kind of reminds me, although it was attached, we should think about, if you haven't already, an ordinance for accessory dwelling units. Just make a note.
That that has been considered and is on our priority list. Can't remember off the top of my head if it's the number one priority, but it's been discussed, or it has been discussed. And we will be working on something like that. Hopefully within the foreseeable future.
Very well. Like I said, you guys are great at, keeping up with the trends and changes in law and so forth. So that sounds good. Thank you.
You're welcome.
All right, very good. Next up. Oh, okay. We have our plans requiring time extensions. The first one is for Goggle Works 2, phases 3 through 5. How many days is this extension, Emil?
I believe Scott said 90 days.
Yes, I know this. I forgot it's your project, Scott. Because you're the next two also. Yes, correct.
And Scott, just so you know, I did provide everything to Berks County Planning Commission for their review.
Okay.
For the map amendment. So we'll have tell me, Michelle, this needs a recommendation from Planning Commission first and then goes to council, correct?
Yes, that'll be the map.
Oh, yes, sorry, I was doing math. So
I know how difficult that is.
can we amend that to a 91-day time extension? Because 90 days takes us to Monday, January 26th.
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah, I just want to get us through a meeting, so.
Okay, yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
Meetings on.
Well, I hope to have it done by 90 days, but that was just the.
Our meetings are December 18th.
I know, but he said 90 days, so if we had to take 90 days, I just want to get us to the January meeting.
Okay.
So just hopefully we are done by then, but
Okay.
just so you don't have to come back.
Okay.
I don't want to have to request a 1 month or 1 day.
That's fine.
Yeah,
The 91 days.
through January 27th.
Okay, I heard the date. That's what it's confusing. Okay. Any questions on this project? do I hear a motion to grant a 91-day time extension until January 27th of 2026 for the Goggle Works 2 project phases 3 through 5?
So move.
Okay,
I'll second.
thank you, Nelson. Okay, thank you, Will. Okay, question on the motion? All those in favor, please say aye.
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 Aye. But, opposed? Very good.
While we're on time extensions, can somebody just look at the date with the church as we near the end of the year?
When you say the church, are you talking about the,
Montgomery.
yeah,
Yeah,
the one that's
Oh,
been on our
Montgomery
agenda
Avenue.
forever? Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
but I think it was for, so, yeah, Trinity Church. Yeah, I just wanna make sure that we're good with time.
All right, next up, we have for the Mitsubishi Chemical Advanced Materials Incorporated lots A, B, and G at 500 Brookman Avenue. Another 91 days.
That's a
Yeah,
reaffirmation.
This is a reaffirmation, not a time extension. So I'm gonna have 90 days to record it,
Okay,
finalize everything and record it.
yes, it's obvious I can't read.
I didn't want to say anything, but yeah.
So we'll just move these down, that's all. Okay, then, let's see here. Plans requiring, reaffirmation. The first one is an oldie but a goodie that they just started working on. Is the preliminary final plan for 416 to 420 Walnut Street. How long is that extension for, Emma?
So to be a reaffirmation.
Yeah, okay.
I had them on the I had them on the agenda to give them time to submit their formal reaffirmation because they wanted to wrap up the project and start. However, they didn't get me the reaffirmation, and they also have outstanding escrow due. So I don't know if you want to grant the reaffirmation or if you want to skip it until next month. The approval was already given.
Yeah. All right, any question on this project? Do I hear a motion to reaffirm the preliminary final land development plan for 416 to 420 Walnut Street? With the provision that the fees be paid before the plans are released for recording.
I'll move it.
Okay, thank you, Will. Second?
I'll second.
Okay, thank you, James. Question on the motion? All those in favor, please say aye.
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 Opposed? Thanks. Now we'll get back to Scott. Do I hear a motion to reaffirm the plan for the Mitsubishi Chemical Advanced Materials Incorporated lots A, B, and G at 500 Brookman Avenue?
So move.
Nelson? Second?
I'll second.
Okay, thank you, James. Question on the motion? All those in favor, please say aye. Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? And next up, we have the, do I hear a motion to reaffirm the plan for Mitsubishi Chemical Advanced Materials Incorporated, lots A, B, lots, see, copy and pasting here, lot D at 500 Brookman Avenue.
So move.
Okay,
Second.
Nelson, second. Okay, Will? Question on the motion? All those in favor, please say aye.
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 Opposed? Okay, very good.
Do we need or any agreements?
Yes, I was just going to say, while you're at it, could you also?
Should I just my list?
Please, I appreciate it. And he's Aristides is right. I'll save it this time. So. All right, thank you very much.
Okay, thank you, Scott. Okay, next up, we have a waiver request. Waiver request for 1112 and 1116 Butler Street. And I believe Emily has this.
Yeah, so I'll do a brief intro and then the owner is there in the third floor conference room. Or he was at least when I was up there. Can't tell if he's still
They're
there.
still here.
Okay, great. So it's this property right here at the corner. This is actually two different lots, 1112 and 1116 Butler Street. They will be annexing the parcels together. They are proposing an auto repair shop. This property is in the MC district, so their use is permitted by right. They will be, per their application for zoning, they do meet, they comply with building and impervious coverage. And so they're just looking for a waiver of land development to build the new structure, because since it is currently vacant.
Consolidating the lots?
Yes.
Don't need a plan for that.
Yeah, we need a plan.
But the land development portion could be planned.
We need
So just an annexation plan?
Yes.
Yeah, yeah, because, Sarah, I don't see any sidewalks or anything there.
I was gonna ask that.
But there are no sidewalks across the street either.
No.
So we usually don't
Mhm.
require that if the neighborhood doesn't have sidewalks. Because that's what we do for Alvernia,
Mhm.
over in that area. So,
So the land development plan can consider the waiver as part of the annexation portion of it. This project, the amount of building area for the accessory building is less than our requirements. The amount of impervious surface is less than our requirements, and the amount of disturbed area is generally less than our requirements. If they do exceed it slightly, then it's just a matter of a waiver that can be granted, but there are no impacts associated with the land development plan. Emily, is there anything else to be added with that?
No. It's nothing else I need to add.
It has to have.
Deny the waiver
They're asking.
and have them submit a waiver. I mean, the annexation plan.
Okay, it's less than. Very good.
so
We need, did you understand?
No, I didn't hear anything.
So we don't necessarily need a plan showing what you're building and things like that. We just need a plan consolidating these lots.
And how do I go about getting that for you?
Surveyor,
Yeah, you would need a surveyor.
a land surveyor, is licensed in the state of Pennsylvania, prepare that for you.
To prepare the annexation.
Yeah.
They survey the parcel
Correct.
Show the consolidation then.
Cause they're also gonna have to prepare a deed. Somebody's gotta prepare a deed consolidating this.
I thought I consolidated them when I bought the property. Pretty sure I did.
If,
When
No,
I-
so what it is the deed, it's one deed, but it has them listed as two separate parcels. So with the annexation, you'll be officially combining them into one parcel.
So if you already have described two parcels, it's
to be fairly simple.
fairly
process.
simple, yeah. But
So
the count,
just consult the surveyor, and have them take care. Yeah,
because what has to happen, it has to get reported at the county to show that these are consolidated.
Okay.
Yeah. And it also will make sure you meet the zoning requirements.
That's the only time zoning permit been approved.
Emily, they're saying the zoning permit's been approved.
Yes.
So 6 months, I'd like to add.
How can a zoning permit be improved on setbacks? So to.
It's a permitted by right use.
Right, but you don't have the setbacks determined without the annexation plan.
So we would file, what happens is when he originally submitted the permit, it's filed under both parcels. So in our system, regardless of which parcel he ends up giving the address to, it'll be approved under that parcel.
So the permit's approved but not issued.
It's just, I have it.
So the use is permitted, but at this point, the building can't be constructed because you don't have the setbacks without the lot consolidation completed. Am I getting that correct?
That way.
No, so it was reviewed, so in the zoning ordinance, we can review for setbacks, building coverage, and impervious coverage of adjacent lots as one.
Okay,
Emily, just out of curiosity, and I may be ignorant to this, but like, what I heard was that it took 6 months.
Yes.
And would you be able to speak on that as to why it took 6 months for zoning to get that through?
I was by myself for 10 months. I mean, I know it's not an excuse, but especially with permits that required revisions and any back and forth, it kind of delays it. And it wasn't the only one. There were a few that would fall through the cracks, and I did my best to get them all through, but it's difficult.
No, thank you. Thank you for the work that you do, and I'm sorry that you had to wait 6 months, and I'm sorry that you were the only one there. So we're trying to work back on that on council to make sure that we're working with the administration to fill up as many positions as we can.
So the annexation, by combining the two parcels together, will resolve any setback issues that you have and also whatever coverage requirements that there possibly could be. Combine everything in there, I think that all issues go away.
we are unfortunately running on a short time period because of the holidays. What would the time period be to get a planning?
For this type of application, Emily, we could probably, as long as we have 1 week before the planning commission. But we have to get it to the county.
We need county comments, that's the problem.
Yeah,
Some to take out of it.
yeah, so
I'd like to add now at 8 months behind. I know it's not your fault, it's my fault, but I just want for the record.
Well, unfortunately, there's rules we have to follow too. So if you get this in by, you get it here by November 11th, we can't approve anything until the county reviews it. We have to give the county 30 days to review. If you get a surveyor and get it to us, as long as we get it to the county by November 15th, something like that, it's likely, if there's no issues, this body can act on it on December 18th. I think that's our meeting.
I will also give you one other thing to have the surveyor do, and that is estimate your sewage flows. So we can determine whether or not a sewage planning law is required. I'm assuming it's going to be an auto repair shop
Yes.
with a small number of employees.
I'm gonna own and operate.
Ask the surveyor to do an estimate of sewage flows, and that way we can address that at the same time.
Yeah.
Cause that should. You can't see what's associated. This is gonna be big and when all the planning stuff.
Yeah, and it's just you,
But-
then you are an occupant of the home. So it operates almost the same as home occupation.
That, I think it's gonna be a non-issue, but that way we've got the documentation.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say, I'm gonna guess it's gonna take the surveyor 15 minutes to do it.
Yeah.
And I was researching as well, because I'm not familiar with whether, you can also hire an engineer or whatnot, like there's, but the most cheapest.
Or landscape architect.
If you want to save money, surveyor would be the way, is what my understanding is.
Yes.
Yeah, definitely. Yes.
And so just try to get it in at latest, like I said, at the very latest, I think the 15th is Saturday. But like the week of November 11th, so we can get it to the county and like can give you the review fees. As long as the county has 30 days, as long as we get the county 30 days to review it and Jerome sees nothing outstanding, we should be able to approve it.
If you come across any challenge, please reach out so that Emily can follow through. That will help you move, because we have a very tight time between now and 18th when the next meeting is happening. So for anything, if you come across any challenge, please let us know to make sure we can provide required support.
I do have a question. Can I have some more information about sewage flow? What does that consist of? What's the purpose of it?
You said that's 62.5 gallons, but it makes 1 EDU. So a residential home is equivalent to 1 EDU, and Deb can add on to this. If you're adding another component of the use, say for example, you were gonna have 4 employees within that auto repair shop, then we would add more flow, but since it's just you, then there's no additional flow, unless the type of business you're doing generates more
Generates
flow.
So if you're I'll say like a daycare
Or a restaurant.
or a restaurant, those are things that would increase the flows over what you would have with a normal household. So the surveyor can put, there's some guidance they can follow, and they'll very quickly determine any additional flows there might be.
City's limited as to what our treatment plant can treat, so we have to know how much to just bring in.
Yeah, because we're under a federal consent agreement. So we have to notate every year how all our flows going into our plant. So since you're building a new facility, we're gonna have to add you on for next year. To our report that we give to the state and to the federal government.
If you Google, there's some, I call them, there's several local
Several-
surveyors who are familiar with the city process.
Yeah, ask that question first, make sure that they've done a plan within the city so that they know what to anticipate.
I think everyone that I saw has, when I just did put on my phone,
Okay.
land surveyors.
Okay, I have that. So we need a motion to deny the plan.
Wait for request. Yeah, deny the waiver. You could table it if they're gonna come back with those annexation plan.
Yeah, I think that might be easier.
Yeah.
We could add that information will be on the plan itself. And then waiver for land development plan would be part of that application.
Great. Then, do I hear a motion to table the waiver request for 1112 and 1116 Butler Street?
Well, hold on, Mr. I was gonna ask a couple questions first.
Oh, yeah, go ahead.
Thank you. Is that a private alley next to the parcels?
Is he asking me?
Yeah,
It's public. It's a public alley.
It's accessible to all people that have homes along that stretch.
I mean, but is it city owned or privately owned?
City owned.
Okay,
Okay, so the city doesn't
I'd like to-
own any alleys.
Well, that's what I thought, but okay. So when we say public alley, it's a private alley, but publicly accessible, but not publicly owned. Okay.
Yes.
Right.
That's.
All right. Okay. And my other question is, where is the nearest fire hydrant? Can we see that?
Everybody do have,
I'm not sure.
I think it's right across the street.
Was there? I didn't notice.
I think it's covered by a car on the street view.
It's okay, great. And then we're only doing the, we would only be considering the annexation plan next month or
Yes.
whenever. But just as a note, when we do a waiver, if there is any construction, we always ask for a set of as-built plans for the city. But we're only at the tabling part now for the annexation first, but just to make a note. Okay, that's all.
Emily, you've addressed parking for the use.
Yep, they're good.
Generally, I just want to make sure before we tell them all this. Are we
Yes.
okay with?
So everything, again, everything zoning related, it was reviewed as one parcel. So the setbacks, building coverage, impervious coverage, parking, all of that was reviewed and they are good with all of that.
Without a vote, is the commission generally agreeable to waive land development with construction of an auto shop there?
Yeah, no, I was just making, just letting it be known that that the zoning review has already been done for those considerations.
Yeah, I just,
That's a good point.
yeah,
And what Michelle is leading to is for the applicant, when they go to hire a surveyor, he needs to tell them exactly what for.
yeah, so have the discussion with them. And I don't know if Simon or Jerome would be available, under the ordinances, under the state code, any commercial development typically requires land development. So you definitely have to do the annexation. The question then becomes, was this commission consider waiver of land development based on what you're building there? We usually see waiver for like single family homes, things like that. So that's why I wanted to ask this commission. Yeah.
And the point is also that if the business should not continue to operate, it could still be a garage. A functional garage for a residential home.
So we want to make sure whoever you hire is addressing these concerns. So that you're not coming back a second time.
They can also plot where your proposed building is on the plan, which will, I think, also make it easier for commissions to take a look at things.
Well, I have building plans, I have all that. I'm not sure if that
Do you have
helps.
that situated on the lot and dimensioned from what already exists?
No,
That's something that's.
not with dimensions. Not
That's
with
something the
exact
surveyor, that's
dimensions.
something the surveyor can do for you also, which will show you that you meet all the different setbacks and things. So that way they can show you're compliant with.
I have stakes in place where the shop's gonna be. And.
That you want the surveyor to survey those stakes for you as
Yeah,
well.
stakes, and then I have the 10-foot buffer, and then I have a 6 feet buffer on each side and all those things like that. So all those things are written out and pre-planned or. So I'll just, I guess, get the surveyor to kind of put it on paper, I guess.
Yes.
Show where any part they're gonna be, yeah.
I have that, just,
Cause he's gonna take your plans, put it on paper, basically erase her lot line between the two.
okay.
Jerome, do you have any further comments?
No, I do not. We can be available at any time in order to assist you.
Okay. So I'll do this as soon as possible, and I'll be getting back to you guys, I guess. Okay, very good. Good.
You have contact information.
Yeah, I have everything's contact.
Beautiful.
All set, or? Set it? Just have to do the motion to table. Do I hear a motion to table, the waiver request for 11, 12, and 1116 Butler Street?
I moved to table it.
Second.
Okay, thank you, Will. Second. Thank you, Nelson.
Welcome.
I got this done. Okay, question on the motion? All those in favor say aye.
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 Aye. Opposed? Okay, well, very good. We hope to see you soon, and hopefully we have been helpful, and it's a little clearer than mud if you're not familiar with how this works. I started building houses when I was 12 years old, so.
If you can get the plan in, it's time for this commission to review it. If you get it here by November 11th, this commission can review it on November 18th. We can provide comments while we're waiting, and you can address those while we're waiting for the county comments.
Okay.
So hopefully we'll see you back November 18th.
Very good. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yes. Yeah, all right, good. Okay, next up, we have the waiver requests for the Reading School District. And it's here. Do you have this, Emily, or should Wayne take this over?
If Wayne is there, he can start, and then I can provide any additional comments if necessary.
Okay.
Yeah, well, I'm actually gonna have Mike Sodal, touch base on this, so, go ahead, Mike, why don't you?
Well, if we're doing the oil tank room first, we'll let Phil do that one.
At the high school site, the tunnel that runs between the original 1929 building and the 1980 addition in the back, there's a portion of that there's a subterranean room. It's an oil tank room. So there's paving over top of it. And what has happened over time, water's infiltrating, structure's deteriorated. So what the project consists of is we're obviously doing structural repairs, but we want to fix the waterproofing. And since it's paved over the concrete lid of that building, we want to pull up the asphalt, put a new waterproofing system down, put the new paving down. So we're disturbing roughly about 3,000 square feet of existing paving. About 2,000 square feet of that is the oil tank room below. So it's not earth disturbance per se. And we had a one-stop meeting and discussed it, and they recommended a waiver of the land development process. And so that is really the brunt of what we're looking at here, is that it's really not an earth disturbance of any kind, and we'd like a waiver to not have to go through the land development process.
So things balance out quite a bit with the amount of impervious area as well as the area of disturbance.
This is the height, this isn't the comfort station.
Oh, okay.
This is that oil tank room
Yeah.
below grade,
So,
so.
yeah, the area of disturbance is just minimal. It does go slightly over our 2,000 square foot requirement. So,
But it's a total of about 3,100 square feet, 2,000 of that is the oil tank room. So, and of that paving, we're probably only disturbing most of that down to the existing stone base and repaving the portion that we disturbed. We are pulling out and replacing the one inlet. There's constant flows. There's concerns of exfiltration with that. So we want to fix that while we're there rather than digging it all up later. So it's de minimis as far as what's truly earth disturbance.
agreed. And yeah, that we looked at it at the one stop and support the waiver request.
Okay. And no movement of walls or anything.
Nothing's being modified.
Yeah.
We're replacing the structure in kind and dealing with the waterproofing. We don't want it to get attacked again by the infiltration. So it's kind of a handcuffed to each other.
I guess the only modification that is that there is the ramp that goes up to the nurse's suite in the back, which is currently concrete. That has to be removed to allow for the waterproofing to cover the whole area. We're gonna replace that with a steel or aluminum ramp. But that will, based on a future project, that will not necessarily be the access to the nurse's suite. So, but whatever we take out, we're replacing to ensure that there's the same access point, but
Replaced in kind with an accessible ramp. It just won't be built out of masonry and concrete. That's one of the infiltration points.
Because I guess one of the long-term goals is to move that entrance.
yeah, the long-term goal is to move the nurse's suite from the back of the building to the front of the building. As part of a future project, we'll be renovating the entire lower level to allow for parent access to address a number of areas within the administration suite. So, the principals, the APs, the deans, the special ed, the nurse suite will all be moved closer to the front of the building versus being in the rear. That will certainly help with, access of ambulances that currently have to go through the back of the building underneath the breezeway. But if, at certain times in the day when special education students are being dropped off, that ambulance may have to wait. So now that'll have to be directly accessible off of 13th Street. So that's the replacement of the ramp. But ultimately, we are not looking to use that for, accessibility for the nurse suite long term.
Okay, any questions on the oil tank room?
No, I just want to say, Mr. Chairman, I've never heard of this space. And for the record, so that I'm sure the public would be interested, it is separate from what I understand here. It's separate from the tunnel that led from the original edifice to the original gym.
It's a below grade room. It kind of sits
Yes.
east of the auditorium. It's adjacent to the boiler room that's all at that lower basement level.
Yeah, well, I think you're referring to the old tunnel that was down there. That has been replaced and has been filled with, when the 89 building was built, they utilized that to have pipes to go from the main boiler room to the back of the building. This is simply an old storage area where coal and oil was once stored below and adjacent to the boiler room. A big open space, but we want to make sure that the water doesn't continue to penetrate it to cause structural damage to the walls and the existing rebar that's within that. So it is not that tunnel that went to the old gym.
Very well. Yeah, but people talk about that and how it used to leak and all that, but but thank you for clarifying.
Okay, any other questions? Okay, do I hear a motion to grant a land development waiver for the oil tank room at the Reading School District High School? At the high school.
Correct. Yes.
I'll move it.
Okay, thank you, Will. And second?
I'll second.
Okay, thank you, Nelson. Okay, I'll take James.
Yeah.
Yes. Question on the motion? Okay, all those in favor, please say aye.
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 Aye. Opposed? Very good. Next one. Whatever Rockland is.
So the next one is, sorry, Phil, is Rockland, at the corner of 11th and Rockland is the Albright facility we purchased. We are looking to convert it to a second facilities building that would be able to store and house our facility departments. That is currently located at 717 Hawkins Street. We would operate both facilities, but this would give us an opportunity to relocate and be centered to more or closer to the northeast school buildings. We've been fortunate that Phil with AEM was also the architect of record on when Albright had owned it, and there will be subsequent modifications, but the plan is just to make those modifications, allow for the facilities department to work more efficiently.
Those would be basically internal modifications.
Well, there's reconfiguration of some office and what had been repurposed in classroom instructional space is being returned to office space, and actually some of that's being removed to increase the warehouse and storage space. So it still continues from a building code standpoint as a B occupancy use. And so there's no change of the occupancy from the building code standpoint. Just need to adapt it to what their services and needs are internally.
And as I remember, Albright did a minor land development on that
Yes,
project.
they did, and they also readjusted the external portions for site accessibility. They're not changing this, so it's We looked at this in detail at the one-stop session as well. And from what we gathered, that the internal improvements will be minimal and there'll be no externals. Correct.
And I think we had an as-built recorded.
Yeah.
Yeah, when we went through the last process, so nothing's changed on the exterior.
All right, any questions about the former Albright building at 11th and Rothland?
I just wanted to comment, Mr. Chairman. It makes sense to locate here. It's only a couple blocks away from the former Baby Depot, which is now Abilities in Motion, which is where the school district had its facilities headquartered when there was the fire at 717. I was not aware this property had been sold. It makes sense that Albright which was really, I got the impression their use was temporary for the library while they were renovating the Gingrich Library, and that's coming along pretty far, so it makes sense. This would be they would vacate this. The only bit of advice I want to give, as I did with Albright, is it is next to an active railroad spur. It's not used often, but it is in use. Just to find out, from Norfolk Southern or the mill, what their schedule is, just for your own convenience, you could avoid any unwanted delays there.
Do I hear a motion to approve the land development waiver request for 11th and Rockland?
I'll make a motion.
I'll second.
Okay, James. Okay, Will? Okay, question on the motion? All those in favor, please say aye.
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 Opposed? Okay, and then the last one is the comfort station at the high school.
This is a little bit more convoluted. It's really three different projects all being bid at the same time. But as far as the land development, the only thing we're affecting is what you see on the screen. There's some work that's going to be renovation and finishes down in the field house at the pit field, the stadium, and adding some retaining. It's not retaining wall, but it's the blocks along the perimeter of the base of the hill, just to dress up the edge there and to keep those stones from sliding. The focus of what we're dealing with that we discussed at the one stop is to try to increase a little bit of the parking up top between the comfort station and the pavilion in the lower left-hand corner of the screen. That sits off the northeast corner of the field, the athletic field directly behind the high school. And above that is the Med-Ed utility access road that runs in there. We want to enclose that pavilion and use that as a storage maintenance facility. Down at the parking area, we would add a traffic gate to prevent traffic from driving up there. Some unwanted activity goes on up there along with the trash that collects and so forth. So that would provide better security of that area. And then we want to extend the parking lot to the left on the screen there. That would be to the south. And then also to the west. Right now, that is terribly tight. It doesn't really provide us the cartway that's needed for a double loaded parking area. So the net impact is increased parking space. And then as you'll note, there are areas in red are existing impervious surfaces from the quake pits. There was a pavilion structure up top. I forget exactly, shuffleboard or something up there, and some of the walkways. Net impact is we don't have any increase in impervious area when we're done with the proposed additional parking against what we're removing as existing impervious surface. And then we're looking to renovate the entire comfort station, waiting for an answer back from Harv on what we need to submit there. We gave them a proposal of how to address accessibility, and I need some direction there. But as far as we're concerned with site development, it's a net zero impact as additional impervious when we're done.
And, you see no problem with that, right? Because it's a zero on that.
I remember having looked at this, I'm looking through, but I remember having looked at this a little bit ago.
Yeah, we did review the calculations, and it is a no increase. The comfort station modifications, that's part of the building permit.
Right. And I think we also are still in the net positive from the previous project as well, that
That's
we did up at the actual pit, so. As far as the trees, I mean, we did have conversations, with the majority of the trees up there have been already gone through, the city arborist. Many of them are tagged as those that are of significance. There are some that will be removed, and we will be replanting if necessary, but we've reviewed all that analysis as well.
The two trees to the south end of the parking lot, the left on the screen, they are proposed to be removed. Mike spoke to the arborist in the city, forget his. Lester, okay, and he's fine with those coming down. You've proposed replacements of tree types that he is okay with, and so they'll be indicated and included in the project, so.
Very good. Hey, does anyone have any questions about the comfort station upgrades and renovations and the increased parking?
Just one thing to clarify for the record, Mr. Chairman. This is actually in Hampton Park, which is a city-owned park. So I just for
Yes,
the
we
I don't know.
talked to.
Yeah, I don't know if it means
Well,
if it means anything for planning or not, but yeah, go ahead.
We had a conversation with Emily at the One Stop, very similar to how we had same conversation when we renovated the pit, as that falls into a joint owned property. On that particular project, the mayor's office did sign off on that, and we hope that we have the same cooperation from Mayor Moran as well.
Thank you. Yes, as long as whatever proper protocol is followed, that's good. I was not aware there were quite spits up there. That's good to know.
Any other questions? All right, do I hear a motion to accept the land development waiver for the comfort station and surrounding areas as proposed by the Reading School District?
So move.
Okay, no?
I've been handling.
Okay, second?
I'll second.
Okay, thank you, James. Question on the motion? All those in favor, please say aye.
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 Opposed? Okay, very good. Well, thank you, gentlemen.
And if we could, as usual, as is our custom, if we could have a set of as-built plans for these, thank you. That would the city would appreciate that.
You'll get those as part of the renovation process as well, so.
Right.
You guys
Thank
could
you.
also start. You guys could also start to initiate efforts on closeout or reductions for reservoir view.
Okay, yes, I think that was passed along by Everson's. Thank you.
Yeah, we just got the building permit about a month ago, so. We should have everything we need to move forward.
Yeah.
Okay, next up, we have a waiver request for the Alvernia University Pavilion. Is that you, Emily?
You have a map.
I was trying to find my mouse there.
Oh, okay.
We should have someone for Kevin Marmas. Is on.
Yes, he's on Zoom.
Kevin and Matt, if you guys want to unmute yourselves and just describe the project.
Yes, good evening. This is Kevin Marmas with Benish. The project is a 30 by 90 square pavilion, open-sided, 2,700 square foot pavilion on Alvernia University's main campus, which is 49 acres. And there'll be no utilities other than electric, no change in usage to the property, no additional employees or students resulting from the pavilion, no additional sewage flow, no additional parking required. It's going to be used by current staff and students for basically for educational purposes, for outdoor education and club activities periodically throughout the year, weather permitting. There was a submission made back in August, I believe, requesting a waiver from land development. We had a one-stop meeting this past Thursday, and it was recommended or suggested that we come in front of the Planning Commission to request a waiver for the pavilion.
And so you mentioned electric. How is the electric getting there? Is it from a nearby building or?
My understanding would be it would be from the adjacent Bernardine Hall. Matt, you're on the line if you have any input on that.
Yes, that is correct. It would be fed from Burning Hall, 200 amp service.
We had a similar project, which was Burke's Catholic, almost similar parameters. The size of the pavilion is 2,700 square feet. That's going to exceed the 800 square foot requirement that we have set aside for land development. It's also going to exceed 1,000 square feet of impervious surface, and it's also going to exceed 2,500 square feet of disturbed area for earth disturbance activities. So the three thresholds for or criteria that are established generally for a land development plan, they're going to exceed.
So typically this would require land development, and as previously for other projects.
Is there a way for you to what's it called? The map of all of Alvernia.
Oh, campus.
Yeah. Yeah. Somewhere when we were doing some renovations, we have a, we have the campus map.
Master plan.
Master plan, there we go. Could we receive an update to the master plan with the dimensions, in lieu of requiring the land development?
Yes. Are you looking for something similar to what's being displayed?
Yeah, actually, that might be just fine, as long as it's indicated where the new structure is. That's all.
Does the new structure show on this particular master plan?
Oh, there it is. Yeah. Hey, I do see some. Oh, yeah, I see it. I see the arrow now.
Is that currently impervious in that area?
No, that's currently grass. There'll be a concrete pad, beneath the pavilion, same dimensions. That white area around where the pavilion is shown is just a clip from where that was added in there. That whole area is still going to remain grass where it's white, but it would just be that hatched rectangle that would be the pavilion.
Yeah, we're a little confused because it's showing white like this whole surrounding area is concrete.
Yeah, that's not the case. that area is going to remain grass.
Yep. And they also a stormwater management. It's exactly from Scott on the water first. We made them.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Does anyone else have any questions on this? Okay. I will remind the commission that the similar similar project for Berks Catholic, that project actually did require a land development plan, a minor land development plan, and in keeping with the precedent of the commission, I would recommend denying denying the waiver. As I said, because of precedent that we set a few years ago. Anyone else have any questions for this?
I was thinking similarly, but so procedurally, we would have to move the approval of the waiver and then just vote it down, right?
You move to deny it.
Yeah, I can make a motion to deny the waiver.
We could just make a motion, we could just move to deny it. Okay.
And then just so, you're gonna recommend for a minor land development, Wayne?
What's that?
It's gonna be a minor land development?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, we're not going to pull out the full things. There's just a concern about the erosion and sediment control plan, and that we need the stormwater management agreement. I don't think, since it's completely on Alvernia's property, I don't think we would need a municipal improvements agreement.
No, the stormwater management.
Yeah, but that way we can file a simple plan showing the location and then record the stormwater management agreement all on a nice tidy package. All right. Hearing nothing else.
Yeah, well,
Do I hear
I'm thinking just so we justify for the record. My thought is because we're going from an from a pervious area to a concrete slab exceeding our threshold. I think we cannot waive it to maintain precedent, but certainly a minor plan would be appropriate.
Right, and that's understood. And thanks for the input with the clarification for minor land development. So it would just basically be a plan showing where the pavilion would be on the property, size of the pavilion, and an E&S plan, which we wouldn't need to go through Burke's Conservation District, would we, if it's just 2,700 square feet and a piece of silt fence downgrade of it, right?
More than likely not, but we would, you would need to have an ENS, yeah, thank you. You need to have the ENS plan in place.
Right.
You need to develop an ENS plan.
Okay. Yep.
And then if you could just on that plan, just show where the electric is coming from.
Right. Yep. And stormwater agreement you mentioned, is that would be provided from the city? Is there a standard agreement?
Yes.
Okay.
If you get an email to me, the attorney, Michelle Mayfield, I'll get you the sample agreement for you to complete.
Okay.
Should.
All right, very good. Any other questions? Okay, with that, do I hear a motion to deny the land development waiver for the Alberta University Pavilion?
I'll make a motion.
Okay, James? Okay.
Second.
Okay, Nelson? Question on the motion? All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Okay. Well, thank you, Kevin, and
Yep.
sorry.
Thank you for the input, and we'll start working on this minor land development plan and get this in as soon as possible.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And I'm sending you
Yeah.
an email, copying Michelle Mayfield, that connecting you to for those stormwater agreements.
Perfect. Thank you, Emily.
You're welcome.
And then, yeah, because we don't need a full-blown thing because we have full-blown documents for other development in the area. We just, just need those few things
Perfect.
that we
Yep.
outline. Okay, very good.
We
with
did
that,
the
thank you.
we did the
Go ahead,
trifecta tonight, Mr. Chairman. We had all three colleges on the agenda.
And the school district.
And the school district out, yeah.
Yeah. Good point.
Amazing.
Now,
Well, thank you,
it
gentlemen.
brings- go ahead. Yeah. It brings something to mind I was going to bring up. Thank you. Is okay. Maybe I'm a little confused, and maybe Jerome or Emily or even Simon can help. We had approved an expansion of the BARDA facility on 11th and Exeter Streets. But that was an extension of their garage, right, Mr. Chairman? Do you recall?
That is correct.
But they put up a huge, I don't know what to call it, a covered space, pole barn. It's a couple 100 feet in length.
Those are solar panels.
Oh, is that what it is? Okay, but it also functions as a cover. Okay,
Yes.
so that all went through zoning and everything, and it doesn't have to come up for us?
Yep.
Okay, that answers that, because that was just, I'm thinking, what is this? Well, that's good to know. Thank you.
Yeah, and interestingly enough, at the UGI headquarters in Denver, Pennsylvania, the UGI did the same thing. They put these beautiful solar panels up to provide like a garage for the employee, for part of the employee parking. And those solar panels take care of a good portion of the electricity for the headquarters. Next up, is, I just wanted to, Emily already did this, but we'll have a reminder from Emily about the zoning map amendment for the Goggle Works.
Yes, so that has been, that was submitted to us on about a week and a half ago. There is a staff report that was issued from the zoning office on the 17th. I forwarded that staff report along with the application for the zoning map amendment to the Berks County Planning Commission. So we should have comments for next month's regular meeting. Jerome is assisting us with drafting a review letter on behalf of planning.
Are you doing the ordinance or is, or does the city solicitor does the ordinance?
If it gets that far. But. Oh, it's like my house.
Yeah.
I've also elected 3 times this week. Wow. And why?
Light bill more, I don't know.
Yeah.
I've not been asked to.
Yeah, I think if we get a positive feedback on the revision, which I think it will, then we proceed with that direction. But there's a number of steps that Emily and I developed that need to be accomplished. I mean, one being the county review. There's got to be a neighborhood meeting.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Then our planning commission needs to make a recommendation. The Berks County Planning Commission needs to make a recommendation. The property needs to be posted, advertised. After your recommendation, then city council gets it for consideration. They'll have a hearing and then they'll follow up with a meeting to consider the adoption. Okay. And if all goes well, then we send the zoning map back to the county so that they have an endorsed copy and our zoning map gets changed. Yeah.
Which, can somebody confirm that the recent zoning amendments were sent to the Berks County Planning Commission?
Which ones? What is it?
Short-term rentals, make sure those were sent to the.
Oh,
county.
yeah, those went.
Okay, they were enacted, the enacted copies went? Okay,
Which the enacted copies that were just done by council
is given by Linda.
within 5 days,
10 days.
I forget what it is, but.
10, I think it's 10 days.
10 days, yes.
Needs to get certified
Yeah.
copy. needs to go
So
back.
Linda shares with the.
Okay, as long as they went.
Great. Okay, very good. See here. We'll count that as our update to our zoning ordinance amendments. Is there a report on the TOD?
On the
So
TOD, we need
it's-
to see.
Oh,
Sorry,
Emily,
it's not so much a report on the TOD. We already had a pretty good discussion at last week's workshop regarding the most recent draft, and they are looking to implement the commission's comments that were brought up. However, with the talk of requiring the landscape plan and landscape architect, I did reach out to our arborist just to get his opinion on it. So I did ask him for what kind of timeline he would need for an approved plantings list. We wanted a list of kind of like an expanded list that we already have for our trees and shrubs to include other kinds of plantings. He said he can get back to me before the end of November. He wants to do some research on it. In regards to Wayne's recommendation of not requiring a landscape architect, the arborist actually agrees with the consultant, and he believes that that requirement should be retained in needing a landscape architect. I did also ask, kind of for his workload and things like that, and he said that he should be able to accommodate it with minimal interruption. It just depends on the season and stuff on how long it would take him, but he doesn't believe that it'll be too much to accommodate. So I just wanted to provide those comments from the arborist regarding, the proposed, landscaping requirements for the TOD.
Well, thank you. Mr. Chairman, I appreciate that. I was concerned that might be a lot of work for the arborist, and so that's good to know. That I think that would be great, because it's not only like, it would have been easier if we suggested, I thought about this afterwards, like at least a list of invasive species not to plant, but because the plan suggested and we agreed, it should encourage native species. It makes sense that he come up with a list, like you said, expanding what we have for trees and shrubs to smaller plants. So if he's able to do that, all that work, that's great. So thank you.
No problem. And that's all I have for that.
The only thing to add on is that they are requiring us to give them the feedback by 14th of next month. So we are going through the process of review to make sure that it's submitted by then.
Okay. Very good. Okay, there's no public here.
I guess
Go ahead,
I would
Will.
I would just say, I don't think his list should hold up the process. We don't have to have we're not approving his list as part of the plan, right? So
No, I don't think so. I think it's just Simone Collins wanted any other kind of staff comments regarding this latest draft. They want it by November 14th. That way they can incorporate it into whatever new draft.
right. Okay.
And okay, there being no public, I just,
Mr. Chairman,
yes,
before you move on, if Jerome make a recommendation here, I wanted to mention something about the loading ordinances that we were discussing. I wanted to mention to the commission that if at this point we don't have any other comments, we would be willing to send that to the council so that they can start reviewing for us to ensure that they are with the council before the year ends, so that we have this out of the way for the year comes.
Yeah, they last reviewed it about a year and a half ago.
yeah.
But yeah, mentioned to them that they've already looked at this.
Yes. Okay, that's why we can bring that up.
And this is both the zoning and sound though.
Okay. Here, oh, yeah. I just wanted to mention that on the zoning hearing board for November 12th, there are two adaptive reuse projects on the agenda. So it does seem like people are taking advantage of our new adaptive reuse ordinance. Okay. Our next planning commission meeting will be a regular voting meeting on November 18th at 6 p.m. And then the meeting for December will be December 18th at 6 p.m. There will be no workshop meetings for November and December. We will go back to those in January. Okay.
Do we need to have on the December agenda, the dates for December so they can be advertised, or does that need to be on November agenda?
That's a good question. Yeah. I forget if we usually do it in November or December.
Yeah, you end up doing it in December, but
Everybody,
Yeah. Well,
are you checking the schedule for next year? Sorry,
What's
I
that?
couldn't hear everything Michelle said. Are you guys talking about the schedule for next year?
Yes.
yeah.
I already
Yeah.
have
Do you
something
think you
drafted.
could draw that up?
I already do have it. I could send it to you right after the meeting. That way you could take a look at it, verify everything. And then we could put on the agenda
Okay.
next month.
Yeah, that way we can take care of it next month. Okay, great. Okay, anything for the good of the order? Okay. Very good. Do I hear a motion to adjourn?
So move.
I'll move.
Nelson and James is the second.
No, I want to stay a
Question
little
on-
bit longer.
That was Will.
I want to stay a little bit longer. We're on a roll.
Yeah. That's right. Let's bring Penn
I'm
State.
opposed. I oppose to this. I object. I want to stay a little bit longer.
Yeah. Okay, question on the motion? All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Thank you. We are out of order. And thanks again for everyone's patience. It took a little bit longer than I was expecting, but we got a lot done today.